I think we've done that today. This segment is going to be brought to you by Complete Exteriors, Roofing and Gutters in Pearl. They want to help you determine who to use when you are seeking roof repair or work on your gutters. You need to choose a qualified, certified company that has a brick and mortar building and is locally owned. How about a company that's been in business for longer than 2 years and also offers a warranty? Complete Exteriors has a 4.9 Google review and has been in business for over 16 years. They're located right there in Pearl on Highway 80. Right up there on top of the hill between Airport Road and Crossgates there, right across from the old Big Ten. It's Rick's Pro Truck now. They're right there. Can't miss them. Stop by, check out the showroom, visit with them. Good folks. My friend, Miss Christy Kendall, works over there. She's good people, along with the whole staff. Tell them I sent you. Complete Exteriors, quality without compromise. When you need someone you can trust, contact Complete Exteriors, Roofing and Gutters at CompleteExteriorsMS.com. All right, man, we've got a caller that's been on hold on the Mac Hike of Flowwood phone line through the break there. Hey, caller, you're on there. Well, I guess they didn't survive the break. But let's see, man. I got this queued up here. This is about Jackson's Richards Disposal decided to hold a press conference yesterday. And that is the company. The city decided to buckle, by the way. The city council buckled and voted to pay Richards Disposal the $4 million plus. But I mean, they did the work, even though they shouldn't have without a contract. They did the work, and they are finally being paid after Jackson got bent over a barrel and forced to pay or not have garbage. I mean, if you listen to the show Friday, you know we were about to have rollback dumpsters parked all over the place. I'm telling you, it would have been a great time to have been in the rollback dumpster business. So I'm sitting around the house yesterday, and I noticed that I get the little breaking live notification update from WLBT that the owner of Richards Disposal was having a press conference. I was like, this is kind of weird, but I'll peep in and see what's going on. You know, and they had another local pastor. These local pastors in Jackson can't seem to stay out of city business. They just can't seem to do it. And that's one of the ones that run. It wasn't Pickett. It was one of the other ones that runs with in that inner circle of Chockway. And, you know, which Chockway was a big part of this. Just that's a big puzzle. He says, Jackson is 85% black. It's only right that we got somebody black picking up our garbage, a black-owned company picking up our garbage. Man, this is what I'm talking about. If Mayor Pearl or Mayor Brandon or Madison or anywhere else said, we're a majority white city, it's only right that whoever is white, the company that picks up our garbage is white owned, heads would explode off the tops of their shoulders. That's my point. You know, there's this double standard when it comes to all this stuff that just is mind boggling to me. But I'm going to play this. This is from WLBT. Hold on. Let me cut the dang. I got wound up. Let me cut on the computer here, or the push the knob up.
Surrounding the future of trash pickup in the capital city, and the answers to many of those questions vary depending on who you ask. Fox 40's Brendan Hall joins us to break it all down.
Well, Courtney Ann, we should find out what trash collection in Jackson will look like for the short term in just a few days, but the long-term situation is still very much in the air. It's now been over 6 months since Richards Disposal has picked up trash in the capital city without payment. Still, the company's CEO says 70 of his employees live in the city of Jackson, and he has no regrets about bringing the firm over from New Orleans.
I didn't have any then, I don't have any now.
Nevertheless, the lack of payment led Richards to sue the city. And just days ago, the city council and the firm agreed to a settlement in that suit.
We are glad that we got this temporary settlement, but it's not over with. And people need to understand that. This is just a lull in the storm. And it's going to be, litigation is going to be continuing probably.
As part of this settlement, the council agreed to pay Richards nearly $5 million for its work so far, and also agreed to keep the firm on at least until the Mississippi Supreme Court rules in a separate lawsuit regarding the mayor's veto powers. While the company is considering this most recent development a victory, Ward 3 Jackson City Councilman Kenneth Stokes says not so fast. That's because the council still has to vote on the settlement to make things official.
A majority of the council might vote to pay them through claims. Kenneth Stokes is going to stay with no. I've been no in the beginning, I'm going to be no in the end. If the auditor decides he's going to make council members pay back, Kenny Stokes ain't paying back a quarter, because I'm voting no.
Stokes maintains his stance that Richards doesn't deserve payment because its current contract was never approved by the council.
All business people understand you got to have a contract. That's basic business 101.
Stokes' comments today come after Council President Ashby Foote described Friday's settlement agreement as a victory for the citizens of Jackson. The council is expected to take this issue up on Tuesday. Brennan?
I agree with Stokes. Stokes been making a lot of sense lately, y'all. I don't know if it's, look, I hear Stokes is a really intelligent individual. Some of the stuff he plays on TV is playing up to stuff. Stokes been making a lot of sense. He makes more sense than just about anybody else on that city council to me, because he just says it. He cuts through it. Whether you like it or not, he's going to tell you what he thinks. I disagree with a whole lot of what Stokes says, but he's been right more than he's been wrong concerning anything to do with this mayor's antics. And we stand with Stokes. But to my point about this Jackson stuff, here you got a press conference with a guy that didn't have a garbage contract, but the mayor and the city council, or the mayor, screwed up with waste management. They're no longer in it. You got somebody picking up garbage that isn't contracted to, and now we just got bent over a barrel and forced to pay him nearly $5 million. It don't make sense. It doesn't. I mean, that's like, why do we keep finding new and creative ways to mess up things that weren't broken? And that's what this administration does. They keep finding new and creative ways to say, all right, what have we not messed up yet? We got the water, check. That was like number one. They had to get that off. They messed the water up, check. Now the garbage. How can we get our hands in on some of that garbage money? You know, I don't think they're intentionally messing it up by design, but they're figuring out a way to make themselves rich off of it, and it's messing it up in the process. Let's take a call here on the Matt Hike of Flowwood phone line. Hey, caller, you're on there.
All right, so my question is, if the contract was up 4 or 5 months ago, why are we just now worried about paying somebody who did work for 4 or 5 months without a contract? Shouldn't we be kind of upset that they went 6 months without some sort of plan to pick up the trash?
Yeah. I mean, they picked up this trash for 6 months without a contract, and they was tied up in court. They still ain't got the decision from the Supreme Court on if the mayor can veto the city council's vote, which of course he can't. The mayor can't override the city council.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is this happened 6 months ago. Means they had a year's, I'm assuming it's a year's contract, come up to the 6 month mark to go, oh crap, we don't have anybody to pick up the trash. And then, like, this is like been a problem a long time ago. Well, and it's still not resolved.
Well, initially, one of the head set-asides, his name eludes me, had started a garbage company, and they tried to get all the business to him. And the mayor and all of them were involved in that, and that didn't work. They somehow got this Richards Disposal to come in, and look, it all just stinks to me. I don't want to make no accusations that aren't true, but it stinks. And not just the garbage.
It's not just the garbage; it's everything. And for us to have a $5 million 6 month plan to pick up garbage, why is there so much garbage all over Jackson?
Oh, yeah, the $1 million question. They're running around dumping it.
I believe that because there is stuff everywhere. I'm so sick of nobody having the self-worth and self-pride to just throw it away in the trash can. I see people all the time riding down the road, throwing stuff out the window. Just have a little bit of pride in yourself, and this city will come back.
You know, not to pat myself on the back, but to your point there, I was cleaning out the back seat of my truck yesterday. I drink a lot of bottled water and 5 Hour Energies. I pulled the garbage can over to my truck, and I bet you I filled it halfway up with bottled water because I don't throw it out going down the road. I throw it on my back seat. It looks trashy, but at least it's in my vehicle.
Well, it's yours. Throw it away.
Yep. Appreciate it, brother. All right, let's take another call here on the Matt Hike of Flowwood phone line. Hey, caller, thanks for staying on hold. You're on there.
Hey, Clay, it's Ready Teddy, man. I want to hit on a couple of points if you got a second.
Yeah, real quick. Great bowl of peanuts. Thank you for bringing them by the other day.
Oh, fantastic, man. Thank you. I want to back up to when you said you can't criticize anything that happens in the city of Jackson. Well, people, on Facebook and other things, people say you don't live in Jackson, so why are you worried about it? But then turn around when the city of Jackson needs help with water, who do they call on the state, which is primarily people not in the city of Jackson.
Yep.
So it's, so we're not allowed to have an opinion on our capital city and where our tax dollars go. But the other thing, man, I hate to compare Jackson to this, and it's going to be a little far-fetched, but if you think about it, with complete chaos, no organization within the city whatsoever, and crime is rampant, Jackson is as close to in Mexico they have what they call narco states. The lawlessness in Jackson, in the administrative level and down to not all the citizens, because there's a lot of great people in Jackson, but the crime that's allowed to go on, Jackson's almost in a narco state, if you know what I mean.
No, man, that is I've referred to it as a no-go zone in a war-torn country, and you're right. It is a narco state may be a better way to describe it than a no-go zone. It is like a narco state. The people in charge of the city are only concerned about how they can rape and pillage the city for everything they can get for themselves, and it's at the detriment of everybody.
One other thing I'm going to say, and you're right, Kenneth Stokes is a really intelligent individual. He really, really is. And actually, Shockway is too. But this begs the question. Kenneth Stokes has a law degree that I don't think he's ever used. And when he first got on the council, that position paid about $25,000 a year, I think. Shockway was a practicing attorney. Tell me what good reason two people with law degrees, and I don't want to hear the civic service crap. I just don't buy it. But why would two attorneys that have the potential to make really good living want to be in their positions? You don't have to answer it because we all know the answer.
Agreed, brother. Thank you, Teddy. Ready, Teddy. Best peanuts in the game. Love them. All right, let's take a break real quick. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back. We're broadcasting live in the Dustin Bailey Southern Magnolias Realty Studio. Phone lines and text line have been lit up this morning on 103.9 WYAB.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.